sitting down. All right, listen up. We got our knees wide, our back curled. We get to this seal. Now we fight off and we get to this double seal. I was just saying to one of the groups, hey, listen up. The double seal is not necessary to get out. It's an ideal situation. That means it's the best situation for me. But I don't need it to get out. I do need at least one arm seal. So if this guy starts shoving me forward and I'm falling forward, I can do two things. I can use my head to make sure I don't fall over, or I can let go with one of the seals and post. But I need to keep one arm sealed. For me, that's always my left arm, because most people line up on the left side, and that's the arm that you're gonna seal out most of the time. Does that make sense? So I've gotten better at sealing out on that side. I'm still really good on the right side, and if he lines up on the right, I'll seal right, but eventually I'll get to my left side seal. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to learn the escape from here. Now, going from a double seal, what can this guy do in this position? Not much. What he's gonna have to do is he's gonna have to reach over my arms at some point. When he reaches over my arms, I call this move the 5-0, because there should be 5-0 like the police. There should be sirens going off in your head anytime someone reaches over top one of your seals. That's a signal for me to start attacking. All right, I don't sit anymore, I start to attack. So he's gonna, well, for now he'll come over on one side. Oh, to the left. Partner's gonna reach over pretty good. Even if he just reaches over with just his hand, hey guys, pay attention. I can still do this move, but for now, to practice it, he's gonna reach over a lot with that arm. As soon as this guy does that, sirens are going off in my head, I start to attack that hand. My crossed fingers attack that wrist, and I'm grabbing onto it. I'm not pulling it out in front of me, I'm putting it to the side. All right, it's really hard to grab someone's wrist and pull it out in front. This guy's strong. What I need to do here is get it down to the side and put it on the mat. Now, I'm making sure I'm getting two hands on it. As you can see, I'm grabbing his wrist like a baseball bat. All right, I'm putting both hands on it and putting all my weight on his hand, crushing it into the mat. From here, this guy's other hand will probably be grabbing onto my waist. He's trying to hold on, but I have his hand planted in the mat. My goal now is to step up in a circular motion the same way as before. I want to keep this hand planted on the mat, keep my head down and get my butt up and away. I start to step, I circle, and I keep this hand here. He's gonna try to follow. As he does, he won't be able to because his hand's stuck in the mat. I circle and get my head underneath it. Get my head underneath the face. So this is really simple. I hit this 90% of the time in my matches. I got away against the best guys in the country. I've gotten away against, All-Americans, national champs with this move. It's very simple. It's all about keeping a tight, secure position and then attacking a hand. So I get to my double seals. He comes over top. Top guy, come over top with one hand. I feel it come over. Sirens going off in my head. I attack, but I don't pull it out in front of me. I put it down to the side. I get as much weight on it as possible. I attack with two hands and I switch to a baseball bat grip. His hand should be planted in the ground. Look how it's next to me. It's not in front. It's to the side. Now I start to turn towards it and try to get my head underneath. But I need to get my body away as I do that. I can't just put my head under. My body goes away and I start to step up. I get my head under and step up at the same time. Here I plant all my weight on this wrist and straighten my arms. I get my head in between us and I face this guy. Any questions?
Can you do something with that arm? Have to let it go?
So you don't have to, good question. You do not have to let the arm go when you come up to your feet. So if you're really good and you catch this wrist, you put it to the side, you come up to your feet, this guy's gonna come up, you have his wrist now. You can go right into an attack from here. I like to re-grab, go to my single leg from here. Brandon would probably go to his straight single that we worked on yesterday. You guys got that? So you're coming up with the wrist. Your goal is to keep a ton of weight on this hand. So even when I stand up, I'm trying to put this hand through the mat. We're in the air, and he's trying to follow me. He's trying to stay behind. He's trying to stay behind. I'm straightening this arm out and turning in. All my weight's on that hand. Baseball bat grip. Any questions? Go work it. 1, 2.